Hello, everybody. My name is Mackenzie Hughes, and today I'll be discussing the understanding of SEI in Arizona's language development approach. So today I will be ultimately discussing in my PowerPoint about how Arizona teaches English language learners and what SEI looks like. And ultimately how as teachers we can learn to help these students become confident learners in English. Here is I'm ultimately discussing what Arizona defines an English language learner to be. So Arizona identifies an English learner as somebody whose first language may not be English, they might not know English at all, or it could also be their parents may not speak English or just might not be fluent. Typically, Arizona uses English proficiency tests or also home language surveys that they can send home to the families to identify which of these students are considered EL learners and which of these students will need support with reading, writing, and speaking. So this discusses Arizona's EL demographics. Arizona does have a very dense, diverse EL population. While most of the English language learners within Arizona typically do speak Spanish as their home language, there are also many other languages and cultures represented within Arizona. So teachers should be ultimately prepared to support students of any culture and any background. So this is what is the structured English immersion, also known as SEI. SEI is the main method Arizona uses to teach English language learners. Students get planned instruction that builds English skills in all required areas. SEI also uses English as the main language of the instructional teaching. So this is SEI and Sheltered English Instruction. Sheltered instruction helps ELs learn at what their grade level content, such as math, science, English, history, all required fields, but through content that focuses more solely on learning English on itself. Arizona does separate these ideas to make sure students get both like their content instruction, but their language instruction as well. So Arizona's language development, the language development approach is the foundation for all English language learners teaching in Arizona. It ultimately tells teachers to always value a child's home language, give chances to use English in real learning scenarios, but also provide each student with their support that's needed. This can usually be done with having extra support by doing regular progress checking, following up on any questions the student may have, also identifying scenarios at home by maybe doing checks on home, calling parents, and just simply asking if they feel their child has made any progress. So this is principal positive student viewpoints. So Arizona expects teachers to view their English language learners as a capable learner, and all students have their own important skills, and they are all capable learners who, if you work hard enough to teach them, they will be able to learn as long as you're willing to put in the work by knowing they are capable of it. The first language of that student should not be considered as an issue. It's only to hold each student to high expectations, and also the teachers as well, by valuing the student's home language and also valuing their culture. Principle 2 and 3, integrated and targeted instruction. Integrated instruction lets students learn English through subjects like reading, writing, history, science, math. Targeted instructions gives each student extra lessons. It could be through like reading skills, by practicing reading with them, practicing writing grammar, even with vocabulary. This could be done through sit down one-on-one instruction, extra help, maybe even by using a game like with bingo, with the vocabulary word and the picture next to it, to help these EL students learn faster. Principle 4, assessment and feedback. Teachers regularly do require the student to give feedback, and they should be helping the students feel supported and not judged. But ultimately the only way that they can be getting positive progress checks is by receiving feedback of their own, from visualizing how they feel the student is doing, English proficiency tests, asking parents how they feel their student has doing, to measure what the student's growth has been. Student agency. When students feel that they have a voice, control, confidence in their learning, like choosing the activities, like I said previously, it's when you have a student who is an EL learner, their confidence might not feel the same as the other students. So by giving them a choice in their activities, by maybe showing them a bingo game that they can work on their vocabulary, that has the words and the picture next to it, or giving the option to try another game like with the same demographic, but like a Kahoot, it makes them kind of feel confident, like they have some self-independence and what they're able to choose, and that they have a voice in the process of their learning. Arizona's approved SE models. These models give schools different ways that they can use to meet the students' needs. The Newcomers program helps students who are brand new to learning English, while the pull-out and 2-hour block are the most common. Dual language programs ultimately do use both English and another language equally, but these models are given more so to help students that are brand new to speaking English, whether it was they had just arrived from a different country and don't know English. They could have had parents who don't speak English at all, so they never had the opportunity to learn English before starting school. These are my final thoughts. So for me personally, I believe that all English language learner instructions in Arizona focuses on helping students grow in English and use their cultural strengths, and will ultimately help them become confident learners. I feel like a lot of these approaches really do help, especially since I don't live in Arizona. I live in California, and a lot of Arizona and California, when it comes to English language learners, we do have a lot of similarities, especially along the lines of mainly our English language learners here's first language typically is Spanish. So I find that these approaches really will help. And this is my summary. I pretty much discussed how, oh, I'm so sorry. Let's see if I can go back. How I feel about this all. And yeah, thank you so much. Have an amazing day.